I didn't mean to let her in. Didn't mean to even touch that. Yeah, it says she's joining. Hi, Keely. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to let you in 15 minutes early. You can feel free to stay on or and we can let you back in, whatever you prefer.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Kelly.
How are you?
Great. Yourself?
Doing well. All right, give everyone a minute to jump on. Let me pull up the agenda. So I can go ahead and start. I won't cover the conference that Jeff and I did last week until we have a repair guy at our house. So I'll wait to discuss that till after our guest speaker. But I'll go ahead and cover who knows about the Good Neighbor Next Door program.
It's for I think firemen, police officers, and school teachers, something like that.
Yep. So it's for law enforcement officers, teachers, kindergarten through 12th grade, firefighters, emergency medical technicians. So they all can qualify for the Good Neighbor Next Door program. And what the Good Neighbor Next Door program is, it basically gives them 50% off. Yes, 50% off of a HUD home. So I'm going to include this in the chat for everyone. So if you find them a HUD home, and I know there's not a lot, but if you're in an area where there are HUD homes, if you find them one, they get 50% off the sales price. So they have to be eligible. They have to live in there for the 36 months as their primary residence. But still, I think this is a great opportunity for our buyers out there, especially our first responders and teachers. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that with all of you. And then if you want to buy a HUD home, this is the site. So HUDhomestore.gov, that's where you can find all of the HUD homes available. What do you call it? Throughout the United States. So any questions on that?
I love doing HUD deals.
Yeah, they're really easy. Justin, do you have a minute to cover that, what you're doing with your past clients?
It's Audra.
Oh, hi, Audra.
Yeah, Justin's he's out driving right now to a client's house.
No problem. We'll catch him next time.
Yes. What was the website again? You said it was HUD Home.
It's right in the chat. HUDhomestore.gov, G-O-V.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We're gonna say something, Jeff?
No, I'm back. He's still here, so I'll have
Okay.
to take that in a second, but go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Well, Keely, since we have you a few minutes early, if you want, because I have a bunch of stuff to cover, but I don't want to cut into your time. So if you want to go ahead and talk to us about what is it? I'm sorry, I don't want to say it wrong. Free model. Free model. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and chat with us, I would love to have you kick it off for us if this is a good time. Otherwise, we can wait 10 minutes.
No, that works for me. You'll give me just 1 second to pull this up. I'm a Google Meter. So sometimes it can take me a second to figure out how to share on Zoom.
I can share your screen for you if you want. If you want, are you just trying to share the presentation?
Yeah.
I can share it for you if you want. I have it up.
It's me.
Oh, you have it up. You did it. You're good.
Awesome. I did it. Hey, y'all.
Oh, I think we might have lost her.
What was it?
Oh, there you are, Keely. We lost you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Well, I was saying, I think I gave myself away with the hi y'all in the opening statement. My
Yeah.
name's Moore, and I actually sit in Houston, Texas, and I am the director of partnerships here in Texas. But y'all's director of partnerships just had a baby last week, so I am filling in for Mike Hermany while he's gone. But for those of you that are not familiar with Free Model, we are a pre-sales concierge that works exclusively through real estate agents. So what that means is when you have a seller that wants what so-and-so just sold for down the street, but their house looks nothing like so-and-so's and they need some work done to kind of maximize and get that top dollar when they sell. Free Model partners with you. We come in, we plan, manage, and pay for that project so that you and your clients get top dollar when you sell. So we are very much designed to be a resource for both the homeowner and the agent, but we're a resource that you extend to your clients. So for homeowners, we want to make sure that they get top dollar when they sell, but don't have to know what to do, how to do it, what contractors to use, and figure out how to pay for it. So we take all of those challenges off their plate. We become a single solution for that. And ideally, that means no project management for you, no trips to Home Depot. You're not having to deal with any of those things, and you're able to focus on your existing clients and winning more listings. So how we do that is for each of our projects and for our agent partners, we assign a dedicated local project director. That person, once they're assigned, becomes your single point of contact. They are with you from that very initial bid and putting together the pricing all the way through to the house is ready to go. We're going to sign off on the project and list the home. They run their own set of crews in terms of contractors. They all have deep interior design, renovation, remodeling skills. They will be able to make sure that all our finishes match and that we're going with what the buyers currently demand. And they'll be pulling all that project management off of her plate. So how this works is we offer up to 1 year deferred payment, no interest, no time-based fees. We are not a lender. We cannot charge interest. We would get our hands slapped very quickly. So essentially what your homeowner signs off on our home improvement contract before the work begins, it's what they are paying out of escrow via their seller's escrow demand. That number doesn't change unless there's a change in the scope of work. So we do not have any arbitrary caps. Our ceiling is 500K. So pretty tricky to hit, but we do base it off the equity in the home, determines kind of how much we will spend on the project. And in your market, we are targeting about a 2.5 to 3x return. So if your seller spends 15K, we want to see them make 45 on the back end. So let's look at what that looks like in your area. Our average from contract sign to home closed in escrow is about 105 days. Average seller profit is just shy of 200K, which obviously creates a lift in the agent commission increase is right at 15K. And we're looking at 230% average seller return on investment. Here's kind of a breakdown of project price or what they're spending on the project based and the return they're seeing on the back end. So I mentioned earlier, our steps in qualification, we are equity based. We are not looking at homeowners' income, homeowners' credit, anything to that effect. All we're looking at is there enough equity in this home for everybody to get paid in the end? So how we're evaluating that is, what does the homeowner owe today on the mortgage? And what do we estimate the cost of the project is going to be? We don't want to see the sum of those two numbers exceed 80% of the after repair value. The two other things we're looking at is we want to make sure that the home is not at risk of foreclosure and that there's no involuntary liens against the property. From there, once we have this bid put together by your project director, we've come up with a solid scope of work that everybody agrees upon. We get a home improvement contract signed, and I am so sorry, but this slide seems to be outdated. We now do a deed of trust on all of our projects across the board. This is a voluntary lien essentially against the property that ensures that Free Model gets paid when the home sells. And we do offer a 1-year warranty for the work that we complete on the project. Skip through those unless anybody's got any questions on the qualification
So-
piece.
No, we'll wait for the questions till the end. Go ahead, and there's questions in the chat, but I can help with that once we get to that point. So go ahead and go
Awesome.
through that, and then we'll do questions.
Okay, so what we do and do not do. I like to say use the rule of thumb, you don't do new. So we are always working with what is existing on the property, what's the footprint, what does that look like? We can go in and make that as good as it can be. We don't add square footage. We don't add a pool, but we will resurface a pool. We don't add a deck, but we'll resurface a deck. So I think as long as we go with we don't do new, it's easy to remember, and we'll give you a good idea. We don't do ADUs, ground up construction, rural properties, those types of things. But we will go in and do declutter, deboarding, interior, taking down walls, making it an open concept floor plan, your roof to your foundation, and plumbing, electrical, everything in between, as long as it's within that existing footprint. And this is just kind of a rough outline of what our process looks like. Our very first step, and I will send this information to Chloe as a follow-up in a bit, but is what's called a new project questionnaire. That's what's going to allow us to make sure that the project is approved to move forward. So it's a quick link. It takes maybe 5 minutes tops. You can do it on your phone, but it's going to ask you what the home's worth today, what the home will be worth, what the homeowner owes on the mortgage, all that information that we talked about before to get it qualified. We do qualify the projects on the front end, and then we assign the project director that becomes your single point of contact. That usually takes 24, 48 hours. So same day, following day, that project director is going to reach out to the agent and ask when you and the homeowner can meet at the property. They're going to take photos, measurements, walk through the scope of work, and then they will provide you with a bid for the project cost. I typically say, look at that as a working document, because they're going to give you all the information for all the things that can be done. And then you can go in and say, this costs a little bit more than I was expecting, and I don't see it having a huge lift in value. Let's scratch it off. From there, we're going to get a finalized scope that everybody agrees upon. We're going to put that into our contracts. We get those contracts signed. And once contracts are signed and deed of trust is received, your project director can begin work that very next day. So they will have your materials and your subs and everything lined up to go. They will keep you and the homeowner updated on timelines as the project takes place. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing next week. Here's our estimated end date. And then we're going to do a final walkthrough with the homeowner and the agent. Free Model has completed everything that was in this scope of work. We're going to sign off on project completion. That is when our 1 year begins. So when the project is complete, now our 1 year of deferred payment begins. Essentially nothing happens until the home sells, and Free Model gets paid then. So that's when we hand it all back over to you. And I guess we'll leave a minute at the end for some questions on that. This is what's called our Agent Resource Center. That is resources for you all that you can share with your clients. You can go in and add your contact information, your logo, your photos, etc. There's also some FAQs and social media assets in there. And that's just freemodel.com/resources. There is also a red Let's Talk button on our website. So if you ever have questions, you can submit them there. Somebody from our team will reach out, but please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. I will share my cell, so you have my contact information. You can always shoot me a text, voice memo, give me a call, whatever works best. And then on to the fun part. We all love the before and afters. These are some recent case studies in your area. You can see this one had over 900K in profit in about 9 weeks. At about 150K project price, some pretty substantial before and afters there. It's just a much prettier, more palatable home. This one was right at 425K with a 75K renovation, 6-week timeline. You can see some before and afters. I really like the staging that we did in this one.
Yeah, it looks good.
And then 36K renovation, 4 weeks, 160K lift in value profit for the homeowner. Just kind of working with what we already have, but lightening and brightening home quite a bit.
Love it.
Cool. Let's, does anybody have any questions for me? I know I kind of ran through that quickly.
No, it's perfect. What states are you in?
We are in California, Texas, and Florida.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Eloise, that's perfect. You're in Florida.
Yes.
Any other questions? Don't be shy.
It looks like, what states are we in? I just did this with Curbio. See, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my contact information in the chat here in case
Yes,
it helps
please.
you all know how to get in touch with me.
And so, Keely, just to let you know, we will, this is being recorded, so this will also be sent out to all of our agents, and they're all over that we have a bunch in Texas. So,
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, definitely.
All right, there is my contact, and that link at the bottom, that freemodel.com/new project. Again, I'll send out a recap with the deck and kind of the resources, but that's always the quickest way to get a new project to us. I always say
Perfect.
free to call me. The only time you don't want to call me is if you have a project, because I will slow you down.
So
Robert's
can
a
you,
lot quicker than me at getting those turned around. I'm on the road a lot.
can you just quickly recap the process? A person can contact you and then the cost is not required until the close of escrow?
That's correct. So we carry the cost for the project for up to 1 year. No interest, no time-based fees. So what they sign off on before the work begins is what they're going to pay out of the escrow, whether it takes 6 weeks or 6 months to sell the home. And they'll have that included. They know exactly what they're going to pay when they close.
So then they're contracted to sell within a required period of time? Are
So
there
we-
any other options that they have if they decided or changed their mind or anything?
No
So-
change in their mind. Just
Yeah. It's like love it or list it, but love it's not an option.
That's right.
We do, you know, our end of the bargain is we're going to do this work. We're going to cover the cost for up to a year until they're able to sell the home. Their end of the bargain is that they're actively trying to sell the home. So we do ask them in our contract, we want to make sure that they have it listed within 10 days of project completion. We want the home to remain listed. We don't want them to pull it off the market. Typically what I suggest to my agents is for your listing agreement to get it signed for 1 year so that it aligns with our 1 year deferred payment. With these clients, in terms of payment, they can self-pay. They don't have to do the deferred payment. If they choose not to, the cost is the same either way.
So
Okay,
bottom
so-
line is you're getting a listing. They're helping you get the listing. They're helping you getting a longer listing period, and they're going to sell the property. Otherwise, they're going to have to come up with the money to do this. So it's kind of reassuring that you're gonna close this listing eventually.
Absolutely.
So it's
But
got
if
some
somebody
cons.
changed their mind or something, there's a way that they could pay your company and choose not to sell? Is that an option or not?
So they could, if they decide that they want to stay in the property and they don't want to sell for whatever reason, that's totally up to them, but we would send them an invoice for the work.
Okay, and that's the pre-negotiated amount that you started out with in the first place.
That's correct. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know all the options.
I get it.
Money always cures.
I have agents ask me, what if they love the home and they change their mind? It could happen, but we really don't see it. A lot of times, much like an agent knows that they have a commission check hitting their account and they've kind of already determined what they're gonna do with those dollars. Homeowners tend to
Not
do the
smart
same. They're
agents.
like, I'm making X more amount and here's exactly where it's going. So typically they've already allocated those dollars before the project's even
And keep in
complete.
mind, the whole reason they're using the assistant service is because they don't have the money and won't have the money until they sell it. So they're
Right.
pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. They have to sell.
Yep. And then real quick, John Citro,
Yes, my
I want to make sure
question
we get to
is-
your,
I appreciate it. Question with regards to, do you guys, based on the remodel, pick like what's kind of selling in the area, like the colors and all that, or is that completely up to the homeowner?
It's obviously homeowners get the final say. Typically what I suggest is let's pull our ARV comps. Let's see what's selling top dollar nearby and let's match those finishes. So your project directors can very easily look at what's sold nearby, what it looks like, and figure out how to get those finishes, how to get that look, how to make that happen. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I always say, let's look at the comps. Let's see what's selling top
Always,
dollar,
that's it.
make it that.
100%. That's how I've done my, 600 and some odd rehabs I've done over the years. You just look
Yeah.
at the comps and, you don't want to overbuild, you don't want to underbuild, you want to use like material. You're not going into, South LA using high-end hardware, and you're not going to go into Beverly Hills using Home Depot hardware. So
Yep. And we do everything custom. So the finishes and the materials will match the price point, the neighborhood, what's selling. There's not like a ABC. It's just let's go out and make it do what it needs to be. All right.
Well, I have a question. I don't know if anybody, I had to walk away for a second, so I apologize if you said something about this, but I did see staging in there.
Yes.
How often are you doing staging, and what staging companies are you using?
I'm not sure who we have onboarded for staging within the area. But we do offer staging and professional cleaning. If you have a staging company that you love and you just absolutely need to use them, let us know. We'll get them onboarded so that you can use them on your projects.
nice.
Somebody
And-
from our contractor team is same for if you've got a painter or a floor guy or whatever it may be that you absolutely adore. We're happy to onboard them and use them on your projects, as long as they are licensed and
And
insured.
could we do something as small as staging and a deep clean? I know there's not a lot of money in that, but is that an option?
Yeah, I typically say that, because we are a general contractor, we charge like a general contractor, there's essentially that convenience fee added on top.
Yep.
So if it's something that homeowner could pay for out of pocket or easily manage, I tend to say, let's let them do so. But if they need it, then by all means.
Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And what's the cost for this? Again, I apologize if I missed that. Because I know,
Tip-
if you hired a contractor, went out and paid it all, $100,000 job and paid it cash or whatever, $100,000 job. But if we went through you guys, how much is it? Is it 5%? Is it 10%? What's added to the?
So we should be neck and neck with other licensed and insured general contractors. So we're right at that 20 to 30% margin wise.
Mhm.
Which is, if you went to another licensed and insured general contractor, should be in line with where they're at.
Okay.
And
Killer.
just with the added perk of the pay at close option.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Okay. Kelly, were you gonna say something?
Nope.
Okay. Any
It's
other questions?
The
from anybody?
model is probably got a greater chance of you successfully getting paid than the contractor's model, though in reality. I don't know how much, but probably does have a better success rate.
Yeah, probably so, because we're able to do the kind of the deferred payment and we know for sure we're gonna get paid at close.
Yeah, exactly. because you get paid through escrow, right?
Yes. Mhm. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keely's information is
thank you so
in
much.
the chat. And thank you again.
Absolutely. Thanks, y'all. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've got any questions for me.
Well,
great.
thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye. All right. Is that Angela McLeod? No way. Oh my goodness. So good to see you.
I told you I'd try to make it when I
I
can.
know. I'm so happy. That made my day. Not that I don't love seeing all of you, but we were just talking to Angela the other day, telling her how much we missed her. So it's good to see her. She's busting her butt, working 2 jobs. So you're doing a great job. All right.
Dual careered.
Dual careers, but she's doing it. All right. Um, so we want to cover some good nuggets for everyone from our it was called Conversion Summit that Jeff and I went to last week. It was a follow-up boss Showing Time Plus Summit. But it's stuff that anyone can implement no matter what CRM. A lot of the nuggets that we have is not even from CRM. So not even from your CRM. So I'll just go ahead and start and then Jeff just piggyback off anything. I took pages and pages of notes.
Yeah, and it was only 3 hours. And
Yeah, it
she's
was
got
only 3 hours and I have so many good nuggets. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. Don't like being on camera and sneezing. Okay. All right. So the first good nugget was instead of wishing someone, so on Facebook every day, everyone gets their list of Facebook messages and, people comment, happy birthday, and I'm guilty of it. Like, and Jeff has this preset, happy birthday that goes out. He sends his a day early. But what Kyle Whistle, who is a top agent nationwide, like he's known nationwide for his team, he personally does this every day for 5 minutes every day, and and on his phone, less than 15 seconds. Hi, Chloe. Hope you're doing great. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Hope to talk to you soon, or whatever you want to say. Just a quick personalized video, and he sends it to them via Messenger. So I've been doing this since, and I've been getting such good engagement. So it works. So 5 minutes each day, send a personalized video, send it through Messenger. If you see someone that, lost a dog or had a death in the family or celebrated an anniversary, send them a private message, video message to the Messenger. Hi, Jeff, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom passing. My condolences to you. Let me know if you need anything during this time. I'm here for you. Right? What do you think that does compared to a message where everyone else is commenting, prayers, condolences, hand face, heart, what do you think that does versus a video? Or video does versus a text where everyone else is texting?
Much more personal.
Yeah, right? And it takes literally a second, but it's you grabbing your phone, just doing a quick video. Like I did one yesterday, I did one this morning. Jeff did one yesterday and he was like, if you respond to me, I'll come to your party. Like just being silly, right? Like just silly stuff. But it goes a long way. So that was a really good nugget and I wanted to share that with all of you.
Yeah, and I've
So do
had
it via, oh, sorry.
I'm not sure if you're switching gears, so I'm gonna make sure I get this
No,
in.
not yet.
I, I've been doing a video, but not a video of me, personal video to my people, because basically both LinkedIn and Facebook, every day there's birthdays. And I do it a day early, as Kelly said, because I want them to remember me, and it's working because these people are like, oh, Jeff, thank you for wishing me happy birthday. I can tell you when people wish me happy birthday, I've got over 3,000 friends on Facebook. Like if if 10% of them wish me happy birthday, 100, 350, I'm like overwhelmed. And I don't remember who said happy birthday, right? But I would remember if someone did it a day early. Hey, I know your birthday's not until Wednesday, Jeff, or Tuesday, Jeff, but and today's Monday. But hey, happy birthday, man! I hope you enjoy your day. It just goes so much further. And seriously, like a 10-second video, nothing long, just something short and sweet, so that they remember the person that sent them a video. And I can almost guarantee you're going to be that only person that did it. And that goes a long way. Whether it's an agent, right? Maybe you want to attract them, or it's a family member, or it's a friend, or maybe it's even not even a close friend. Maybe it's just a Facebook friend. We all have those Facebook friends. We're like, who is that? So
And then also, either do via messenger or a text message, right? Whatever you prefer, but do it private, do it personal, and yeah. So that was
and Messenger is going to go through a lot easier, especially if you go over like 14 seconds. Once you get over 15 seconds, if you try and text that, it's probably not going to go through, or it might look like it went through to you, but it doesn't go through to them. So be careful of
good point.
how long you're doing them for. If you're like
Agreed.
me, long-winded, you probably better be off. You'd be better off on Messenger. But if you don't have them on Messenger, send a text, but just shoot for 10 seconds, and you'll probably be at 14.
All right. Any questions on that? I hope that was some good nuggets. Okay, let's continue. I have not checked this out yet, but there is a program called High Note. It's an app.
It's really cool.
But I don't know a lot about it, but I'll just include it in the chat. Just personalizes your communication. But the one thing I really like, because I've been looking for something on my phone, and it's called Make It Big. So
Remember wait, we're already to what's her name? The next girl? We're off of Kyle already?
no, we're still on Kyle.
Oh,
So
that's right. Yeah,
remember, like on the app when you always see someone holding up their phone like in a video. Well, the app is called Make It Big. Type it in your app store. Don't type it on Google, because if you
be
type it on
careful.
Google, you might get some things that you don't want to see. But type it on the app, but it's called Make It Big. It's free and it's perfect for your videos. So I was so excited about that because I haven't been able to find an app. So that was I was very like the little things that make me so darn excited. But High Note, I don't know much about it, but it personalizes your communication. But again, I don't know a lot about it. I just know Kyle Whistle uses it a lot. So I wanted to make sure, but he uses it for his pre-listing presentation. So for every pre-listing presentation, no, we're not on that, Jeff.
Okay.
He basically his pre-listing presentation goes out to all of his clients, bar none, via an email, who you are, what to expect, stats, comps, stats about, what you've, so your sold, ratio or whatever, and then in the neighborhood, just neighborhood sales. And he does it through High Note because it basically what High Note will do is it will tell you how much they've watched it. So by the time he goes to his the day of his listing appointment, if they haven't gone through it, he's going to call them and be like, hey, did you see that email I got, you got, just because it's really important for them to listen and watch that prior to their appointment, because it gets to them to understand and know who Kyle is. So you as a listing agent, talking and it's, on a video and just about yourself, and it's made him win, most of his listings.
So
So
then it's so John, if you watch this, we'll be able to spend more time on concentrating on how we're going to market your property to get the highest and best price for it versus talking about, things that I've done. I'd rather not talk about me. I'd rather, focus on your home. So, and that's why it's good that you can see if they've watched it and how much, make sure they've watched the whole thing. Because if they haven't, then that's when you're going to pick up the phone and tell them how important it is that they watch that.
Is it possible that we could see an example?
I don't have an example. Let me see if I can.
Well, maybe not now, but at some point in time in the not too distant future, it sounds very interesting. I'd like to see how it's used.
Yeah, Kelly, why don't we sit and you and Kelly and figure out what it is we want a sample of and ask Kyle because he said he
I
would
already
share.
did. He already sent it to me.
Oh, he did. Oh, then you have
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I'm
cool.
just looking for it. I don't remember my Instagram
You were way
password.
ahead of you.
That's a little bit of a problem. I don't
What's the
remember my
problem?
Instagram.
Like,
I
like
don't.
you said, Kelly, it doesn't have to be now, but it would be nice at some point in
Oh yeah,
time
it won't be now. I just
that-
can't
that we
remember my
could do
Instagram
that.
password.
If you can, if Chloe can put it in the notes or whatever needs to be done for future presentation.
Yes, I will work on that. And then a lot of other things. Let's see. The next thing was, oh, bomb using bombs or some type of video follow up. So, Jeff, you want to talk about that? Because that was a big nugget for you
I
on
wanted
your
to
market
finish. I wanted
updates.
to finish the Kyle thing. Are you still on Kyle or are you somewhere else?
Yep, still on Kyle.
Okay. Okay. So what about Bum Bum?
You just had it up on your screen.
Oh, that wasn't Bum Bum, but I'll put it up.
Yeah, it is. It's a bomb video with that information in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see where it says update? That's Kyle Whistle
Yeah.
video. Right.
So this is a market update that he does. So
Right.
we do our market update every Monday. And what I need to start doing is doing an update like this. So you can see, maybe I'll make it bigger here. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Come on. Well, maybe I won't make it bigger. But basically it shows market activity, it shows your original list price, your current list price, assuming that you may have had a price improvement, right? How many days on the market? Because they don't know this, right? Or they'd have to check. Competition, right? It's got the link for the active listings that are competing with yours. Market stats, the current market stats, showing stats, social media ad campaign, whatever it is you're doing for them, you want to just show them the market activity, right? Feedback, how many showings, positive feedback and negative feedback, right? We already do this right now in an email. In my listing presentations, I tell my sellers by noon every Monday, you will have a marketing report from me. And it actually comes from my office. So this is going a step above and basically taking the marketing report my office does for me and turning it into a less than a 1 minute video. You can see this one's only 55 seconds, but your sellers want to hear from you. And what's the biggest complaint consumers have about their realtor? Who can tell me other than Kelly?
They
Lack
don't
of
keep in contact
communication.
after the transaction.
Right,
Yeah,
sign goes up, and it's like, Jeff who? I haven't heard from that guy since he took the listing, right? So it's really important that you're communicating. And really you're getting ahead of it too. Because and I think Kelly's probably going to talk about this, but there was something else Kyle talked about, and it was basically, forward pacing things, right? So that your clients, whether it's a buyer or seller, know what to expect. Because if you can spend, 1 to 2 minutes explaining something, then that could save you 20 minutes, right? And time is money. If you're, $300 an hour and someone takes, I don't know, 20 minutes of your time, right? That was $100 phone call. So why not just, get ahead of things and record things so that you can answer consumers' questions, your clients' questions before they ask.
And
Okay.
something I like about this is, and Jeff did this last week with a property we have, is just a quick video. Hi, just wanted to give you an update on what's going on with the market. It appears that we're priced right. It's just that this particular home is going to be longer days on market than normal, right? And then he explained a little bit about what the other listings are in the building and why they sold so fast. And then he said, I'm going to let you both digest the video and then let's talk about it. Right. So like so instead of calling, giving them bad news, right? And then having them yell at you, right? Because a lot of times, oh no, my home's priced right, or we need this, my home's worth this. Like instead of giving them the bad news over live phone, talk to them on a video, a bomb video, less than 2 minutes. Hey guys, here's a quick update. I wanted to talk to you. It looks like we might need to reduce the price. You know, this is what I'm seeing in the market. Talk to them, right? And then I'm going to have you guys digest that, and then let's talk about it tomorrow. Right?
And Kelly said a bad word.
Well,
I'm gonna call it out. Never say
whatever.
reduce.
Anyways,
Price,
this is why I'm not a listing
improvement.
agent.
Price improvement.
But anyways, I think everyone gets it, wasn't even a good video. I was just giving an example.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So Kelly made me do that video, and it was really good that she did because it worked out well. And a lot of times sellers aren't gonna want to listen to you, right? They're gonna cut you off. So if you do a video, quick video, they're 99 times out of 100, they're gonna listen to the whole thing. By the time they listen to it and see everything, they're probably gonna go, oh yeah, you know what? And in this particular case, the seller came back and said, yeah, Jeff, you know what? Leave the price where it is. I think we're good. Because I was thinking about raising it in this case versus lowering it.
and I know, John, you have a quick question, but I just want to finish this thought. And then this is something Kyle said, a 2-minute offense prevents a 20-minute defense. So something to think about, right? So Jeff left that less than 2-minute bomb video, sent it to his sellers. You guys digest it, and you know what they said? You're right, Jeff. Let's keep it the same, right? So just a 20-minute offense prevents a 20-minute defense. I liked that. I like that. And then also something else Kyle does is during his listing appointments, he said, if we aren't getting 2 showings a week, the price is not attractive enough. So we always, starts off, in that listing agreement, he's saying that, right? He's starting that conversation right there. If we're not getting 2 showings a week, the price is not attractive enough to get people into your home. So anyways, that's all I have. John, take it away.
Yeah, not so much questions, but a couple add-on features with the Big app. If you use it, you can make it flash like that. If you guys can see that. I usually add the date so that people know it is a current video. I think a little bit better than this is also now on BombBomb. If you use it, they have a video banner that you can create that shows up on the bottom portion of the video. So I do that. I will again type out the person's name and then the date, and then maybe a little brief what the video is about so that they know it's geared specifically toward them. It's not a generic video.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's always important. And thanks for that tip on BombBomb because I use BombBomb pretty much daily, as
Yeah.
we all should be. Like when you respond to an email, respond with a video. Try it. Try responding with a video instead of with an email. Someone sends you an email, respond with a video. It can be used for replies too. And not many people do that. And it's going to put you way above and beyond anybody they're dealing with in any type of business, real estate or otherwise, because it's just something that people don't take the time to do or don't really understand the technology. Real estate's 80-90% of marketing, right? So you need to be a good marketeer and let people know that you're a great marketeer and a professional realtor. So
When I send out an offer for a buyer, I will include a BombBomb video in my email.
that's awesome.
If I've never talked to the agent, at least they can see the video and put a face to the name.
That's
I
awesome.
introduce my client, introduce the offer. Yeah, so I've had a lot of compliments on that.
That's a really good idea. I hadn't even thought of that. I think I've heard that before, but just not enough times to get me to do it. That's a great idea, John. Kelly, what else you got on Kyle?
We talked about market update. Oh, also, and this is something I have to work on, my 10 million things I have to do, but Kyle has on his, and I don't have his pre-listing presentation, so I just reached out to him. FYI. Kyle, where is his? Okay, so he has, let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Where's my share screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Can you see Kyle Whistle?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. Um, so he has. Let's see, I don't know where it's at.
I
He
have it on.
does basically a series of
Here, let me show.
10-step, what?
I'm gonna share my screen. I had it up. Let me go ahead and put it back up. There you go. Keep explaining. It's right there.
Yeah, I was just trying to find this thing, but step zero. So it's like the 10-step home buyer escrow process. So he has the 10-step home buyer escrow process, the 10-step home seller process. So he sends to the sellers what to expect and every step of the way. Same for buyers. So I really liked that. Yeah.
So,
That's
and
it.
these go out at that step. So like you can see this first one's buyer escrow process step one, send initial deposit, right? So right before, so after the welcome and congratulation goes out, well, right after that, this one, send initial deposit, goes out, and he just talks for a minute and 23 seconds about, what the initial deposit is, what it's for, how important it is to get it there right away, all that good stuff. So these videos all go out at certain times during the transaction so that his phone's not ringing like, hey, I understand that, we just put in our deposit, what's next? Well, they've already gotten what's next in a video email from him. Obviously he would answer the question again if they wanted to know, but it's all about time management and customer service and white glove service, helping consumers understand every step of the way what's going on. So there's never a question in their mind of what's coming next and what's going on and what it's all about.
Absolutely. Any questions on that?
So as soon as something happens,
Oops.
so as soon as something happens,
Um,
our team, so as
Jeff, you
soon as
want to just stop sharing screen?
Sorry. Stop
It's okay.
sharing it.
Oh no, I thought you, okay, never mind. Let's see.
I'm sorry, what was
I
his
think
name again?
Kyle Whistle, and I will
Okay,
include
so I can look
his,
him up on YouTube.
yeah, I'm gonna put his name in the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So those were all, I think, let's see. I think that's it. Sorry, I'm just looking at anything else that I wanted to. Oh, on your open house, make sure you have like a plastic the acrylic display with an 8.5 by 11, say put scan for free home evaluation, have a QR code that links to your home value site. So that was another one.
Does everybody have a home value site? Does anyone have it?
You
Yes,
use
I do.
HomeBot for yours, right?
No, we use well, we use
Home-
Wilo, but we have two. I don't know, we have so much, but we
Home-
have, sorry, go ahead.
Home is a good to send out to all of your homeowners on a regular basis, right? Set them all up in HomeBot, but that's not a home valuation. I mean, it is, but it's not like when I say home valuation, this is what I mean. Everybody should, I'll go to my KB Core website because I know everybody has that, right? But you can also add it to all of your other sites too. So on my KB Core site, what I do is
If anyone uses iList, they have a home valuation page too.
yeah, well, that's where mine goes. So I use iList, and on my EXP site, this is my EXP site, even though I have my own domain here, right? This is my KB Core site. So when people go to my KB Core site, selling a home or cash offers, they both go to iList, but selling a home goes right here, and I type something in. It basically, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it goes to my my iList home valuation site. So yeah, you guys all want to have a home valuation site, and I don't think without iList, John, can you tell me without having the iList connected, is there a home valuation from KB Core stock out of the box?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought there is.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. Make sure it's on your, make sure it's right there up in front and center, right? Don't make them have to go to a pull down to find it. It's got to be right there when you go to your homepage. But why did I bring that up?
Because I was talking about the sign-in.
Yeah. So the QR code should take them right to where selling a home is, right? So like on this one here, Russ. So here's our main site. What's my home worth? Right? Not to the main site, but right here. It should take them right here, right? So on their cell phone, when they scan the QR code, it takes them right there. And then
Jeff,
they,
didn't see your screen.
oh, sorry. Thank you. I'm glad somebody
I
said
was
something.
gonna, well, no, I was gonna say something. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay, so what I was showing is this is my main website, right? And here's what's my home worth. So you want to have your QR code have this URL, so it takes them right here, right? Because a lot of sellers aren't going to ask you, or prospective sellers, or even neighbors, what's my home worth? But if you've got that big sign with a QR code that says scan here for your home value, you know, they more likely than not, they're going to scan it and check out their home value. And then that's lead capture for you. You know, it'll go right into your KV core if you've got it set up right. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Kelly. I forgot about that.
I'm full of stuff today. Let's see. Anything else? We have a few more minutes. Let me look. Oh, and have a black binder with off-market properties and put
Oh, yeah.
internal use only, and have like every Thursday pull the list, and it's just all the FSBOs in your area.
All
And
the
just
FSBOs, all
don't,
the expireds. Sorry.
it's okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just don't want you to forget expireds.
Yep, I was getting there. So putting in the list, and then just don't put the full address, right? Like put the street and put like Bed Bath, and I would even leave price out. But have your list and just put, it's really important to put in internal, let's see, off-market properties, internal only, internal use only. Put in a black binder and pull it every Thursday.
Because what are buyers gonna want to sign an agreement? They're gonna want to sign an agreement with someone that's got off-market properties, like pages, or at least a full page of off-market properties. They don't know that came from Zillow FSBOs, from expireds for the last 2 years in that market. You know, those are prospective, you know, off-market properties. They really are. So, and then internal use only on the front binder, and you know, it's for you, not for people to look at. But you know, yeah, okay, I'll let you check this out, kind of thing. You know, people want something that's special, and to get them to sign a buyer broker agreement, you know, if you've got stuff like that versus somebody else that doesn't, I mean, that's going to be a huge um, um, advantage for you. Also, well, Kelly, make sure you tell them about the sign-in sheet too. But John, did you have a question? I think you got unmiked or unmuted. You didn't? Okay.
I'm not sure about the sign-in sheet.
But remember, you said laminate just the top of the open house sheet, right, and have them use the iPad or
Yeah, I
whatever.
talked about that in last week huddle. Thank you for bringing that up. So like for the California people, how you have the not unrepresented buyer sign-in sheet form where they put their name, email, phone number, and their agent. We're just laminating that top part and having everyone sign in electronically.
That way you can read it, right? Because that car form has no place for a signature, so it doesn't need to be their handwriting or a signature. We just need that information to be compliant. So
Right.
you utilize that way it goes right into your CRM. You send them your cool video after or during the open house, and you're compliant, and everybody's happy.
I'm lost. What's the tech you're using to do that?
You have an open house app, KB Core open house app.
Right?
That's
Do
what
you
we're
use
talking
it?
about.
Do you use it, Richard?
I've never done an open house with it, so.
Oh,
Oh,
well, start, even I
yeah.
use it.
Yeah, no, that's like, that's gonna be a money time saver for you, sir. So yeah, use it, and it just goes direct, it feeds directly into your KV core. It's wonderful.
Especially because you don't need Wi-Fi if you're at a house.
Yep.
It'll keep all their information, and once you get connected to Wi-Fi, then it'll upload to your KV cord.
Yep,
When
absolutely.
you last talked about that, I looked it up, found it and everything else. Do you use it like on a phone or do you use it on kind of a notebook computer or what?
You can use it on whatever works for you, sir.
Okay. It only seemed to work on a phone or an Apple, because I tried to also see if it would work on my PC and I could not get that to happen. Was I wrong or is that correct?
You can use it, I think it's an app, so you need to use it on whatever app, wherever you can download the app. So it's your iPad, your any type of notepad type of thing.
So an iPad or a PC, okay,
Yep, good
or an
question.
Android. All right,
Good
thank you.
question. You're welcome. All right. Well, I hope everyone got some good
Yeah.
nuggets. Does anyone have any needs or any questions? I hope that was helpful for everyone.
I like the idea of the off-market notebook. I think that's a really great idea. I have a list in my KV core of investors that reach out to me and they want to know what's off market, so that's a good idea there. And maybe taking it a step further and just because people that come to the open house are potentially looking to list their home. So that would also bring another avenue to, you want to start off market, see, test the pricing, let's add you here, add you to the list.
The value I got out of that, and I don't represent buyers ever, but the
Uh-huh.
value I got out of it for you guys is I'm looking for a house in, I don't know, a community or a city, and in the internal use only Russell Realty Group binder that Kelly's got there, there's 5 houses that are off market, right? And on Zillow and everywhere else, there's nothing. So would you rather work with an agent that's got 5 or 6 or 7 off market properties, or an agent that's got the same access you do from Zillow? Right? I'm gonna want to work with the agent that, wow, you got all these off market properties? Whoa, wow, really? How come my agent doesn't know about them? I don't know. Ask your agent. That's the value I see. I mean, but you're still, it's good for your investors and stuff too in your CRM, but it's a way better it's way better tool for potential buyers and getting people to sign a buyer broker agreement with you.
Yeah, and it's also good on the listing side too, because if you got potential sellers coming in and want to try that avenue first, the off-market avenue, you could capture them that way. And would you also include the Zin list?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that's on Zenlist. Yeah, you want to, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Because those are our off-market properties officially for the company. But I'm saying
Right.
don't just use Zenlist. Go in and look at I'm sitting, at least my FLA is all the expireds daily. So you have all those that are potential off-market listings, right?
Yeah.
And all the FSBOs as well. Because
Mhm.
when consumers looking for a property online, they're not normally looking at FSBOs, they're looking at active listings, right? So now you're
Right.
putting all those off-market properties on one list. And they don't know that it's not your personal list, and don't you dare tell them it's not your personal list. Just these are off-market properties we have access to.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Jeff.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
Yeah,
Justin,
that
we wanted
talk
you to
just
do
a
that,
bit
but we
when,
got
when,
in
when
1
Jeff's
minute.
done?
If you can do
Sorry.
that. Fine.
What was that, Jeff?
Justin asked if we want him to do his CMA thing, but I told him, aren't we?
No, we're at 2:30 right now.
But yes, we'd love for you to do that on our next meeting, pretty please.
So.
Richard, what were you asking?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, so when you were talking back about using the app for open houses, how do you connect that, or what is your mechanism, you're gonna connect that with the new open house form or whatever?
That's what we were just talking about.
Okay, I'm trying to understand the kind of the, how you're gonna connect it. Is it just through the app or are you gonna, what? I'm not sure I fully understand how you're gonna connect them.
We just have people sign in versus writing it on the piece of paper.
Oh, okay, okay.
It, I could maybe help explain it. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you go to the app, you can put in the MLS ID number or the address of the property and it'll bring up that specific open house. You could pick what information you want displayed, like the bed, bathroom, price, if they have an agent, phone number, mandatory, email mandatory. And then it'll create a hashtag for that specific property.
Oh, okay, so you've got a record that you can pull from the app then.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
Thank you, John.
And
That's
you
what I
can-
was looking for, is
Thanks,
just
John.
You
understanding.
can create any other hashtag that you want as well. It doesn't have to be specific to that property.
right. Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right, any other questions before we end? All right, let's do the motivational thought. Who has one besides
Thank
Mr. Citro?
I have one if you want.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let me get to the right section. Hold on a second.
And we had that one from this morning, oh my gosh. Somebody put it in there this morning, the 90% and the 10%. I already forgot.
I'm ready whenever.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can't.
go ahead. Oh,
Okay, go ahead,
sorry.
go
Okay,
ahead.
you can't skip chapters. That's not how life works. Read every
Uh-huh.
line, meet every character, feel every word. You won't enjoy all of it. Hell, some chapters will make you cry for weeks. You will read things you don't want to. You will want some pages to never end, but keep going.
If you're seeing
Write
this
your
video, it's
story,
because you have not yet subscribed.
own your story, and don't give anyone else the pen.
I love that. Thank you, Richard. All
You
right,
want me to
thank you,
send that to
guys.
you, Chloe?
Thank you,
Have a great day.
Richard.
Everybody
Have a good day,
week.
guys.
you.
Bye.